Well, I suppose there's nothing left for us to do now than to start Honnet's Chapter 3. What's going on, everybody? The NATO Skyler here. Today, I'm bringing you another episode of Octopath Traveler. In the last episode, we did some brief housekeeping in Still Snow, getting a bunch of new items and weapons along the way. And now today, we are going to start Honnet's Chapter 3, the final Chapter 3 that we've yet to do. Hello, Mr. Tavern Keep. I'm here to hear the tale of Honnet's Chapter 3. The story so far. Following her master's trail, Honnet made the long journey to Stoneguard. There she talked to Natalia, who had been friends with Zanta. Following Natalia's clues, Honnet found her master in the forest. Except he had been petrified by the beast called Red-Eye. Honnet, forgive us this old man for not keeping his promise. The last words he wrote before the curse stilled his hand. In the same note, he told Honnet to find a woman called Susanna. She is a seer, he wrote, and perhaps she can help. And thus does Honnet arrive in the frozen village of Still Snow.
Oh.
By the spirits, the snow fallen deep here. I imagine Lynn's pretty happy being in her natural habitat. Look at her go. What is it, Lind? 'Tis not like thee to frolic in as a kitten. But then, thou art a snow leopard, art thou not? For thee, arriving in this white wasteland is like a homecoming. Oh, looks like the kids have taken a liking to her. Party! I ain't never seen a snow leopard that big afore. It doesn't bite, does it?
Cheerily.
Fear not, young ones. Lind is with me. She is a gentle creature. She will doeth thee no harm.
Really?
She's yours? Funny sort of pet, ain't she? Lind is not a pet. She is my companion. My friend. Friends, you say? Just like us, then.
Yup.
Aye.
Yeehaw!
Her fur's so soft.
Whoa.
And warm, too. Looks like Lynn might be a little uncomfortable. Tellin me, children, doth a woman by the name of Susanna liveth here? The old lady?
Oh, yes.
The old witch, you mean? Aye, we know her. Who doesn't?
Now then.
I see. And where might I find her?
Oh.
See that house with a red roof over yonder? The most dramatic camera panning we'll ever get in this whole game. Ah yes, I do. It feels a bit funny seeing Honnet say that from all the way over here while we're looking at that house. That's the old witch's place.
I see.
Thank thee, children.
Bye.
Of course, say hello to the witch for us.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Lind.
Oh.
Enjoyst the attention, didst thou? Looks like Linda's feeling a bit exhausted from all that. Yeah, best come in with me then, before they return in with more friends. Alright, let's go to the house with the red roof. Holy crap, there's a bunch of commotion going on here. The hell? What is this crowd?
Listen up.
But I've journeyed many leagues to have my fortune told by Madame Susanna. I implore you, pray open the door. You're a man of a few words, are you? God's teeth, man. Get out of my way. Holy crap, this guy's strong. And he's still not saying a word. What the hell? You wretched whore, son. Apologize at once. You won't get no apology out of old Alaic. He don't talk none. Christ, this guy's aggressive. What the hell? And vulgar, too. Christ.
Honestly,
Has he lost his tongue?
no.
Nay, just that Susanna does the talking for the both of them.
Yeah.
Ugh. Can we simply move around him to get into that house? Who is that man?
Doubtless.
Susanna's minder. Looks after her and keeps the riffraff from bothering her, as you might have noted.
Truth is,
Name's Alaic. Took him in off the streets when he was a wee sprout.
aye.
Saved his life, she did, and he's been with her ever since.
Could that mean?
Old women aren't commonly in need of a bodyguard. They are when folk from far and wide come flocking to have their futures told. Fame don't sit too well on her, considering how little she cares for company. Surely she doth not refuseth every visitor.
Right.
Bit of a funny one, ain't it? A seer who can see the future clear as day, but don't tell no one what she knows. Alaic turns them all away, and no amount of begging or beseeching makes one spit a difference.
Ah, yes.
Every now and then a fool tries to get rough with Alaic, but off as not ends up with only a cracked skull for his trouble. First of all, I need to settle the matter of how to pronounce that name. I think it might be more aptly said as Alaic, but I like Alaic more. Regardless, I'm just going to call it Alaic and call it a day.
Curses.
Finding her was easy, but talking to her may proveth more difficult. No kidding. Looks like we got some travel adventure, though. This is between Honnet and Therion. So what's the plan? Something tells me a simple pretty please isn't going to work. Truth be told, I do not know. I wonder if the stubborn elf has any weaknesses. Weaknesses? We all have them, after all. Even thou, Therion? Huh? Since when are we talking about me? Aha! So thou dost. If you're going to be like this, you can forget about my help. Mine apologies. We were discussing the bodyguard. Hard as it may be to believe, I've known my share of big burly types who are spooked by beasts. Beasts, thou sayest? No promises that this one's the same, of course, but it's worth a try, wouldn't you say? 'Tis curious advice, but I shall consider it. Well, I guess it's better than nothing. Let's go provoke this man. Man, this guy's strong. 6 out of 10. Go forth, my friend. And this man says nothing.
Standest thou against me? Then be hunted.
Alright, so provoking, as we know, works a little bit differently from challenging. We have no access to our skills or our weapons. All we have at our hand is our beasts here. Alaic is weak to swords. Alright. And it looks like he does quite a fair bit of damage. We'll break him soon enough, I anticipate.
Letting my arrow fly in truth.
Alright, there he goes. Now it's time to finish him off with a triple attack.
Coming, if thou darest.
Or actually, you know what? Let's try this double body press. Let's see how strong that is. Looks like he's weak to axes, and it looks like he's confused. I've never seen an enemy confused in this game. Interesting. Did patience activate? Because I'm pretty sure we already moved to this turn. Oh well, I guess we could use this triple attack here from the Rat King 6. Alright,
The hunt.
nice. And we get a decent bit of XP for our troubles. That didn't take much. Ah, and you're finally talking. Thank God.
He's a man grown, but still a boy within.
And it looks like the voice acting suddenly kicked in. Hello, Susanna. You seem like a very cheerful person.
Be a dear, Hannet, and have Linda carry the poor fool within.
It's actually Linda? Is it? Do you actually have to pronounce that E? Is it Linda? Interesting.
He'll be catching his death of cold lying out in the snow like a log. How dost thou knowest my name? That's what you want to ask, isn't it?
And you seem much more cheerful than the rumors I was told.
I'm a seer, remember? Possessed of the all-seeing eye. Or so they say.
Then thou art an oracle. Truly, thou will be able to help.
Poppycock and nonsense is all it is.
Really?
Poppycock?
And how do you know how its
A
name?
hunter from the woodlands who communes with the beasts. Not a common sight in these parts. The only one who might fit that description is that hobbledehoy, Xanta. Him or his prentice, Hannet of the Darkwood.
Oh, so you just used a lot of logic to do so.
Your age, your snow leopard, your garb. Simple deduction, my dear.
Interesting.
The trick is to say what you know, and nothing more, and let the gullible fill in the details.
Business is business, I suppose.
That's all Susanna's famous all-seeing eye is, in the end.
So then, how are we going to work about curing Zant of his petrification?
Well, disappointed to learn I'm just a fraud?
Slightly, because it might mean that Zanta is truly gone forever.
On the contrary, now I know I can trust thee.
Alright, looks like Hanet might think differently.
If thou speakest the truth about this, then surely thou wouldst not speak false of aught else.
She does have the right of it.
Fair befall you, but that Zonta lad raised a clever prentice, and that's the truth. Now, why don't you tell me why you're here?
Oh, great, he's already getting sick.
But first, let's go inside, shall we?
It seemeth that would be for the best.
Oh, well, well. That young master of yours has managed to get himself into a right mess, hasn't he?
I'll say. Dude's freaking petrified.
Mistress Susanna, canst thou help in him?
There is one way.
Alright, great.
In truth.
Truth? Ah, now that's a word. You said you trusted me, remember?
I guess it's out of more disbelief than anything else. It's
If
really
there's the
hard to
slightest
cure a
chance of
curse.
lifting that curse, I will trust whomever I need to.
That puts you at quite a bit of risk there. What the frick is happening?
Milady?
What the hell's going on?
Gods take my eyes if that fool hasn't raised a strong and brave young woman.
Also, that was a sprite I never thought I'd see before.
I'd scarce believe it if you weren't standing here in front of me.
Well, we have come a long way, haven't we?
I learned from his example, the good and the bad.
Is that so? Can't imagine that would work, but the world is full of wonders at that. Isn't that so, my dear?
It is.
But about the curse.
I am prepared for any trial.
There is but one way to turn stone back to living flesh. And that is to slay the beast that wrought the curse.
Alright. Seems easy enough. And that's, I guess, what we set out to do anyway, isn't it? Go kill Red Eye.
I had feared as much, but it shall be done.
Stay, child. I'm not finished yet. Did Xanta forget to teach you patience?
Really? After all of the good you've told us.
Mine apologies.
If you try to fight the beast as you are, you'll only meet the same fate as your master.
I know that much.
And what good will you be to him then?
But I must...
What you must do first is find the means to protect yourself from Red Eye's lethal power.
Is there a way to make us immune to petrification?
Tell me, dear, have you heard of the plant called Herb of Grace?
Never.
Long ago, there was a beast in these parts too, what turned men to stone.
Really?
Folks here soon learned that Herb of Grace could ward off the magic.
Interesting.
I reckon it should be effective against Red Eye as well. Herb of Grace grows in a forest so thick there are few ways in. I'll send Alaic ahead to show you the entrance to the trail.
Ah, so his name is Alaic. Thank you for clearing up the
Know
confusion.
that the forest is a perilous place, and home to many frightful beasts.
I'll say.
You want to prepare well before you venture in.
I shall. Thank thee, milady.
It is my pleasure, dear. In a strange way, that Xanta boy was like a son to me. A vexing, wayward one, but a son all the same. With you being his prentice, it rather makes you my grandchild now.
That does beg the question, though. Just how old is Susanna?
And what kind of a grandmother would I be if I refused to lend you a helping hand?
Master and I are both in thy debt.
Alright. I guess there's nothing else to do, because we've already done all the preparations. Well, I guess we wouldn't hurt to take a rest over at the inn. Because we could use a bit of patching up, I suppose. And thankfully, because of that inn discount we're getting, we can get a great deal on sleeping in. Alright. I'm gonna take a quick save here, because unfortunately that is all the time I have for you today, guys. The next time we meet an Octopath Traveler, we'll be making our way to the Whitewood, and hopefully finish off Haunts Chapter 3 once and for all. But until then, I hope you guys have a great day, and take care.